I was applying for my PR and I was in the express entry for like a year because I didn't have like the right points, right? So I've met like a lot of lawyers and it was just a whole story about do this, do that. So I was tired. So when I initially heard of them, I had like a very bad experience with another lawyer. So at that point I was like, I'm done. I don't want to deal with any lawyers, right? So I was doing things on my own, and after like a couple of months I was talking to a friend and she was like, you know what, hey, I heard about these people. They are like really good. So I'm like, okay, this is the second time I'm hearing about them, so let's do it. I had to apply through another pathway because I'm a nurse, so it was more like there's a pathway for nurses, like, you know what I mean? So it was more like I had to close the other path, which is the express entry. I had to get rid of that and just focus on that path, and it literally took me 2 months to get my PR. Actually, I think it's less than 2 months. It was so fast, it made no sense. No sense. Yep. Yep. I cried. I got a phone call because they would call you for like every step basically. So when they approve it, they will tell you that this is it and that this will be the next step. So when they called me and they were like, so you got it, I was like, what? I was screaming, and of course, thank God, I called my parents and I was crying because it was more like, finally, you know what I mean? It's like a huge weight has been lifted off me, you know? So yeah, I was happy. It was important for me to get the PR because just having to reapply for visa, the like limitations you get as an international student is like a lot. So for me, I know I want to do a lot for myself, but being an international student didn't really allow me to. It was refreshing, to be honest, and I had told them, I'm like, this is family for me now, because I gave up at some point just because there were like a little bit of hurdles, even though it was short. So for me, at some point, I remember I went there, I was crying, I'm like, that's it, I give up, I'm done, you know. And their words of like encouragement, you know, they were there for me, not as lawyers, but they were there for me just to support me at that point when I was like really low, you know. So I cannot say thank you enough. Thank you for everything. You guys have given me, I would say, just a new page, if that makes sense, you know. So yeah, thank you for everything.